Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins, and thank you for checking us out at Dr. Boyce Watkins at AOL Black Voices. And keep checking us out at blackvoices.com and also yourblackworld.com. And I'm here with somebody you know probably better than you know me. And you'll never know me as well as you know this woman. Her name is Sherri Shepherd.
Hi.
And she's the pretty lady on The View.
Oh, wow. How are you?
Yes,
Thank you very much.
I'm fine. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm really glad to be here.
I am geeked. I'm pumped, and I don't want to. And I want to make sure I give proper respect to my brother Matt Aubrey.
I know my place. I'm over here.
No. We are all at the same place here,
That's right.
and the place is here, and the time is now. And you're with the YAI Network,
Yes.
and tell me a little bit about what the YAI Network does, and why we're all here together today.
YI is a network of 7 different not-for-profits that serve people with developmental disabilities like mental retardation, which is now known as intellectual disabilities, autism, cerebral palsy, neurological impairment. And we serve over 20,000 people of all ages, children sometimes days after they're born into seniors into their 90s, in about as many ways as you could think of in terms of early intervention for children or special needs preschools, healthcare, special needs healthcare as people age. We help people get jobs and teach job skills. We work with seniors in terms of having places to live in dignified settings for the rest of their lives. And we're really seen as one of the premier service providers in the nation.
And so, Sherri, why are you two here together, and what is your role?
Well, YAI has really, if anybody who watches The View knows my story, but I'll repeat it. My son was born at about 5.5 months, and he weighed 1 pound, 10 ounces. He was born with many, many difficulties, and he has developmental delays. And it's so important when children are born with any kind of delay or any kind of special need to have early intervention services coming in and helping them out. So we moved to New York when my son was about 2 or 3 years old, and he was speaking in about 2 or 3 word phrases. So he got with the YAI organization. They have a preschool, and they gave him therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy to help him with his delays. And my son can actually have a full conversation with you now.
Wow.
And it's really been, YAI has been so instrumental in helping my son be a productive little 5-year-old boy. Because before, you couldn't understand what he was saying. He had a lot of issues that was going on. And as a mother, a single mom with a child who has any kind of special needs, it's really overwhelming. You don't know you don't know the resources, you don't know where to go. And so I was directed to YAI by another mother, and they have just been, I'm telling you, in the 2 years that they've been dealing with my son and helping him with all of his issues, he is like a different little boy.
Oh, wow. And I
Yeah.
saw when we were talking about your son before the show, your eyes just lit up.
Oh my goodness,
You started talking about-
yeah.
yeah, see, just like that. Just like that. Yeah,
I know you see the glow in my eyes.
And that's a mother's
But wait for
love.
him after he has a chocolate chip cookie. That glow is just like, oh my goodness.
Only a mother's love can create that kind of glow.
Yes.
And so it seems that YAI has really, really done a lot for your family as well as many other families in New York. I didn't know much about YAI up until recently, but I was very impressed when I heard about all the things you do. So tell me, Mr. Aubrey, you have a challenge coming up
Yes.
with YAI. Tell me about that.
Well, this is our Central Park Challenge. We bring 10,000 people into the most public park in the world to really stand up and celebrate the abilities of all. Our charge is twofold, I think. One, giving hope and opportunity to people with developmental disabilities and their families. You see the hope in Sherri's eyes. That's what we want.
Yes.
We want the hope for a brighter future. But it's also to really give people with disabilities the opportunity to take their rightful place in our society. Historically, these individuals were kept away. They were hidden away. There was stigma. There was fear. There was ignorance. And it's only in the recent times that these individuals have been able to come out and have jobs and live in our communities and have friends and have a life that we sometimes take for granted but means so much to them. So this day is really about them.
And I was going to say, so that your listeners and your watchers will have to join us next year for the Central Park Challenge. We do it every year in like
First Saturday in June.
First Saturday in June, and it's like the biggest gathering in Central Park for an organization. But the importance of what YAI does, if you think about in Haiti, I know of a therapist who went over to Haiti, and there's 3 orphanages that have children that have developmental delays, cerebral palsy. They're autistic, and there's nobody to help these children. There's nobody giving them any services. So you figure in this state that they're in, when these kids grow up, they have no skills. because they don't know how to live. And so this is so wonderful. What IAI is, excuse me, it's a tongue twister. What YAI, I know how to say that 10 times.
You're just so excited. You're just so excited.
What YAI is doing is they get in there when children are born, from birth to adulthood. So they don't leave you. A lot of times a person who has a child with a delay or a disability, what we worry about is who's going to take care of our child if we're not here. And are they going to be able to take care of themselves? And what I love about YAI is they get in there from birth till adulthood. They don't let you go. They are committed to being with your child until they're an adult, and they will help them when they're grown to find a job. They help them with to learn skills, to be an independent citizen and to be a productive citizen, which is what everybody wants. So I feel with my son, it's like they're committed to being there in these children's lives till forever. So that is a big relief for me as a mother who